Boom. Episode 62 is in the books. We got a cool Tesla updates.
Yeah.
And
A lot of cool stuff.
yeah, you know what? We were talking about like how the internet changed and stuff.
Yeah.
Music is not what it once was. I really like the song that's playing right now.
Oh.
But like, no bands really play like this anymore. Knuckle Puck, actually.
It's probably like indies now, right?
Yeah,
More and
yeah,
more,
it's
they
more like
probably
indies.
fill-
Yeah. Well, I guess these were kind of indies too back in the day.
Oh.
Like these, they're not super popular, but like there was a lot of these kinds of bands playing like this kind of.
I remember like going to Warped Tour and stuff.
Yeah, Warped Tour. Yeah, we went to Warped Tour. Yeah.
Isn't
yeah.
that done now? I think that's.
No, it's still huge, super
Oh, okay.
huge. Yeah, but like most bands now don't really play this kind of style of music. But I
Right.
just found one new one, and then that made me remember all the other bands.
Oh, I
But,
see.
Yeah, so
Very nice.
yeah, different times.
Cool.
You'll find out more as you listen to podcasts.
All right.
But yeah.
Merchandise.
Yeah, let's pick up some teas on Teespring, shop.godmyfire.com. Yeah, support the podcast. How we support the podcast, Fish? How we do it?
Subscribe and stuff. Shoot,
Like, share, subscribe.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, video reply. Yeah, but
Patreon.
Patreon, yeah, Patreon.
That's another way. Great way.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Socratic, patreon.com/Socratic Gamers. Yeah, I forgot about. I've never been saying those.
Wow.
We wasted 61 episodes. All right, but
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, boom, and we are Bizak.
Visit back.
Remember that? Remember when that was cool? Snizzle, dizzle.
Yeah, that was 90s.
Yeah, true. All right, anyways, so we're back with another episode of Socratic Gamers. This is episode 62.
Yeah.
62. Typical weekly roundup. We got 4 things from the week.
Yeah.
Hey, we did like 60 episodes of 5 things a week. Wow, I can't even get the numbers right. 5 things a week. Then we
Right.
just switched to 4 things. So, yeah. So who's gonna go first? Rock, paper, scissors.
What do you call?
Scissors.
I was gonna say rock.
Oh, okay. So you won. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we'll start off with once again, Elon Musk / Tesla.
Oh, snap. Elon Musk / Tesla.
Yeah. So he sent out a tweet, which caused like their stock price to go up too.
Okay.
Thinking of going private
Okay,
at
cool.
420.
Wait,
Again, wait.
April 20th?
No.
Okay. What would be
At $420.
Oh, okay.
And we have the money or something like that. He wrote in the tweet.
Wait, 420. Say it again. 420.
Dollar, like stock price, dollar,
Like per
share.
share.
Yeah, 420 per share, something like that.
God damn, that's a lot of money. 420?
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay.
That's not a lot. I mean, they're right now currently at 305 or something.
Yeah, but like.
But something I mean.
Oh, I mean, how many people paid in? Like, you have to do it relative, right? Like, how many shares did he put out?
Yeah, no. I know.
It's a
And it's
of money.
It's going to be a lot of money if they do that, and they have to.
But he says he has cash flow.
Yeah, he says he had the money. Anyway, okay, so he just sent out a tweet.
Okay.
That caused a lot of like first at times was it a joke? 420 is another word for.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. All right.
Is he joking around? They don't know.
He trolls a lot, so.
Right, and then I guess it was serious.
He's often serious though. Remember the flamethrower?
Yeah.
So.
But he like it affected the stock price. Like it's
Because he gave away information, and then no, it's not inside trading.
But I'll explain.
It's not,
I'll
yeah.
explain. So then he had, then he sent. He did like a internal email thing in Tesla.
Yeah.
That he wanted to explain the reasoning.
Okay.
So he did that because just to tell everybody at the same time versus going to their highest investors
Okay.
and then telling them. That's kind of like, you know what I mean? Giving an unfair scenario for the rest of the shareholders. He just wanted to tell everyone at the same time
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
what
I
they're
get you're saying.
planning.
Right, because certain people
but the
get privy
tweet was
information in a
kind of
sense.
like, oh, do they have the money already? So you know what I mean? But they don't have it secure yet.
Oh, okay.
So that's
How's he gonna secure the money?
So
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and there was a meeting that he came out of that day, that when he sent this out. So who? It's not just only one company, but he's looking at others. But the one was the country, Saudi Arabia. They have been asking.
That's Saudi oil. Okay.
They have been asking multiple times.
If you could
to test for Tesla, yeah, to
assist them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, they do have a somewhat of a significant amount of shareholders too, right?
No, but that's pretty interesting because if Saudi takes it, they're gonna end up like evolving their country. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a great way to put them
like
back on the map.
It's a good way to, because like Dubai, they did it in a way for tourism. That's how they're making their future money, right?
Okay.
Saudi Arabia doesn't have tourism, so they have to think of another way to do it.
Interesting.
So I think if this goes through, and he's also asking other top investors if they wanna join in on this. Yeah.
No way. There could be like a total shift economically. Right. If because like countries are run by economics, right? Mm-hmm. And so economics is just corporations. So if all the corporations start messing around on a global scale, right? It could turn the tide in a different direction. Mm-hmm. If Saudi Arabia becomes a bigger player in the market, that's just another contender you have to deal with. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Dubai being another powerhouse. It's
because I think they see where this is going, right? And potentially will affect their bottom line, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The country's bottom line. So.
Wait, which one are you talking about? US or?
No, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, okay, of course.
So why they want to do this, right?
Well, I'm just wondering on Tesla's part,
Well, they need. Okay, so it makes it easier when it's a private company.
No, of course. So, but it's
but you need someone also who has lots of money to invest in this, because it's $4.20 per share. It's something like you got to have about $70 billion to pay off all your shares.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of money.
If you want to buy out, yeah. So he was saying in the internal Tesla email, where we want them to stay on, mm-hmm. even when you're private. The
shareholders?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it just makes it easier.
They just can't call the shots. Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Yeah. They get no voting rights.
Yeah, and it's harder when it's public because you have so many things you got to deal with. And then at the same time, the ones who are short sellers, this is what's stressing Elon out too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, but he just wanted to have an even playing field. That's why he.
For sure.
Anyways,
could you imagine if Tesla becomes a Saudi
part Saudi owner?
And then you go to Saudi Arabia, and it's all just Teslas driving around.
Right.
Because that's probably what's going to be, and then they're going to become super futuristic. Mm-hmm. Wow. Good move. Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
So, let's see. And then they would want to join back into a public once they are more stable, more slower, where they have a predictable rate.
Right.
Because right now, because they're still starting, and it's especially for a car company, it's very hard to convince to start whole production, have so many cars in line, and
yeah, for sure.
You're competing with the ones who've done it.
They just need consumer friendly model. The 35 they were talking about.
Yeah, they do have that, but then now you have to have a big enough, a manufacturing facility
for sure.
that can handle that.
For sure.
They're still learning.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult. So that's why making it private makes it more. More easier for Elon
one of the things
for making decisions and stuff.
It almost seems paradoxical, but one of the things that they said that can bring down a company is growing too fast.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to say was making more pressure on Tesla to make decisions that may be right.
Okay.
But given the quarter, right? Because you're only looking at quarterly.
Sure. No, yeah, totally.
But then if you are private, then you can look long term.
For sure, yeah. Totally,
so that's why it makes it your decisions are different. Can shift.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense because you're up to you now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you do want to buy out, they can, and they don't. But they do want people to stay on if possible. Right.
Nice.
And the other thing he mentioned in that was a merge between SpaceX and Tesla.
Okay.
Which would be kind of interesting.
So
if they can include, like, if they share the money. Because SpaceX is private too, right?
Well, they're both of his companies, right?
Yeah.
So why could they not?
No, because they're two different
corporations, yeah. But your owner's the same. It's just a decision.
No, I know, yeah.
So,
but as a together, they would the money flow that's coming in.
Yeah, for sure. No, one would help assist the other.
Yeah.
You're like diversifying your income.
Yeah, I think that of course that would be a good merger. Of course, like.
But I don't see why they couldn't do it. Well, they couldn't do it if.
Well, right now they're
private
and public, right?
But if they're public,
it makes it
private.
They can
do whatever they want.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But again, he has to get the funds, so because that was the issue that people had.
Could you imagine like being him and then flying to Saudi Arabia to negotiate this deal?
Right.
Like that's what's that like? You know.
Yeah. So it'll be like a vote, and they have to like figure it all out and all that stuff. So that was like the part one of the stuff that happened to him.
Okay.
That happened in that week. Then, then you find out like, oh, is he in his like? Did anyone check his tweet? Because tweeting that out and having an effect on his stocks is like kind of like, is he kind of like fixing them, manipulating or whatever? And then, so there was an interview he did then with New York Times, a phone interview or something. And in that one, he was kind of like more open, and he's saying, yeah, no one read over the tweet. Like no one went over it at Tesla or whatever. And then what happened with the interview was more like he was saying like I'm working a lot of hours and we're stressed because we are like the top short sellers and you're trying to like defeat them in a way, right?
Right.
And that he's there working, he's probably like an approximation 120 hours a week.
Wow.
Like he's sleeping there.
Makes sense.
And he's like, he said like, and sometimes it's difficult to sleep, so I gotta take Ambien. It's like, I'm like, holy shit, this is. Which then after that happened, which was on Friday, then that dropped down the stock.
No way, even more.
Yeah, because he's doing two jobs at Tesla. He's the CEO and the COO.
Okay.
And they can't find the right person that fits in the position.
Okay.
And they're trying to look for someone that would kind of lessen the blow, like lessen the amount of work that he has to do and more focus on some specific things, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he's saying like, yeah, we're looking if anyone wants to, if there is anyone like a right fit, but we don't have anyone that's a right fit.
Right.
So that caused like people like, oh, this is kind of like, is he really that involved in the, like, would he leave? Is he,
Ooh, or it's dropping the stock enough that when the Saudis say okay, he doesn't have to pay out 420. He could pay out a lot lower.
No, I think they have a reason why it was 420.
No. But no, what I'm saying is like if the stock keeps going, it's like right now it's like trading at what 320. You said.
I think it's around 3 something. Yeah, 305.
But then if nobody wants it, it'll like trade at like 2 or something, right?
But they need a certain amount of money. It's not them. It's when the investors together they're paying that out.
Right.
To if you want to like, if you believe in a way, right?
No, yeah. But what I'm saying is like if it's trading at 3 and then it starts trading at 2, then you can go private for lower than 420.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he could be like double manipulating the market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he could.
But
be
he's just.
Why would an extremely calculated person?
Like that's what I mean. That's right. I just think he's just super stressed.
But I don't know.
And
I don't see him as like that. I don't think he's
no.
stressed that he's like I'm talking about Ambien, talking about like.
I think he is. I just saw a recent one that just came out, which happened like a couple of days before this Friday situation.
He's cracking right in front of our eyes.
Not cracking. It's just It's a lot of stress.
I guess.
Because he's trying to... You're facing the short sellers.
Yeah.
And you're also trying to make enough to make profit too,
for
right?
sure.
Because they've put their mindset of trying to be profit this year.
For sure. But what if he's already got a Saudi deal lined up, but the Saudi is like, I'm not going to give you 420.
No, he said in the email that it's not fully done.
Oh.
And it's not just Saudi, right? Like, I don't know how they're going to do it per se.
So. I don't know. I kind of feel like he could be forcing the drop.
It's just no. I don't think so. Because it was already lower. Why would he say 420? It was already around 300.
No, I know. But if the stock drops even more, then it's like, okay, just drop the.
I don't think you can do that with because it's a public company.
Maybe
you can't do. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's harder to do it that way.
I guess.
Especially when you're public right now.
I guess. I was listening to this podcast, and they're talking about that exact same thing where it's like they'll say things to drop the market so that their friends can buy, and then the stock will rise back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
they'll like float the market.
This potentially could be.
It's illegal.
It's
it's
too obvious.
I guess
because it's too obvious. He's actually being called in to talk in something in Congress? The U.S. whatever. Yeah, I don't know, something like that to figure out what's happening, and then
wow,
yeah, what's happening here. Anyways, but like that was a crazy week for Elon. But and then on a side note, they're suing the Canadian Ontario government.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, that's another thing that's going on too.
Because of no.
but Tesla is backing him though, like their the owners or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people do. Actually, it's better to buy now too. It's 300 versus closer to 400 before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just gonna keep lowering.
Well, if you buy now, no. If you buy now, it's gonna go up.
Right. No. But what I'm saying is like, my prediction is that it would be clever to create a drop through perception.
But it's just all happening within a week is kind of like maybe. It's too obvious.
I guess maybe
for that to be the case.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I just hope for the company to do well, since what they're doing is right. Well, with the electric cars and stuff.
Yeah, true.
So
sure, it'd be a shame if it doesn't go electric.
It's I think I mentioned it before though, but
it becomes like a Saudi novelty. Like it's only in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Like that's the only place they use Tesla cars anymore.
Doubt that.
But
since they have about too many superchargers here in Canada.
No, for sure.
So
yeah.
It's not. Anyways, like he'll still be. I think he's right now like about 20% holder of the shares.
He's 20%. Nice.
So. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. We'll see. The story's not done yet, though. But it's just an interesting scenario for them.
So we know what Vish's topic's going to be next week.
If there's more.
If there's more.
Again, yeah.
Of an unfolding.
This is more like,
Stay
like
tuned.
A Tesla update news.
The drama of Tesla.
Elon Musk update news, yeah.
That's cool.
Cool.
So speaking of Elon Musk and like being able to find all these things, do you remember a time without the internet? Well, we do remember a time without the internet, but like people now, they don't really know what it was like prior to the internet because they grew up with it,
right?
And like times have changed so much. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You can get information readily, like what we're doing. Like we just research the topics online and then like talk about them. It's given like many pathways to like getting jobs. Like in Thailand, there are these digital nomads. So they live in Thailand. They do like digital jobs around the world.
Oh yeah. I seen like that in like on Periscope. I was watching somebody.
Yeah, exactly. We actually went to one of those digital nomad cafes, and like everyone just got their laptop out and they're just like working.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was really cool and like, I don't know. Like, do you think we're living in a different world now?
Of course. I mean, with the internet, I mean, it changed everything.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we're almost like a new species of human now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People don't play outside, but it's like, why would you want to play outside? Because it's more entertaining indoors. You know? That's why I like, you know, Pokemon Go again, because like it forces you outside.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
Like you can't just sit in your living room and catch the Pokemon. Like you have to go out.
Yeah,
which I find pretty interesting. But yeah, it's like we're staring in the face of a new world. That was just my 2 cents. It was a short topic, but it was like really thinking about it, how much the internet has shaped us.
It has. Yeah, it really has.
And people take it for granted too.
Oh yeah. Because I was watching, and we were telling me like when I was watching some Malcolm X stuff, and the thing that they had between him and Martin Luther.
Yeah.
But they didn't have internet back then to who's
fact check
or anything. So you're basing it on what's on the news.
Yeah.
And how they speak. And who you're convinced by.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. It's more about like you can play more to the public, and that's why back then it was always well, I guess still it's the storyteller that wins because we're all storytellers.
It is, but you have there's more information available. Like you can still fall in the wrong places, but there's a lot more people, you know, like more informed in a sense.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Compared to before.
For sure, because they have scholarly journals online and stuff, and like you can like buy book. Like if you actually look at it, internet completely changed our culture. Like we don't even have to go to the grocery store anymore if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can order books online, video games online. How many times have we like ordered something on Amazon? Mm-hmm. You know, and like.
Yeah.
Another thing is like etiquette is completely different now. You know, like use that a lot. They'll use the freedom of like not being seen, anonymity, right? And they're just like a username.
Oh yeah.
But like, you wouldn't say any of those things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So your etiquette's completely changed. And
That's like you're bringing out your true behavior, a true essence of
like,
you.
Yeah, true.
Some way.
It's like I don't want to say like true behavior. It is
in some
true.
way. I think it is.
It's more like cowardice behavior though, because it's like you have no ramifications. If you said some of the things that you said to people online to their face, like you would never say those things.
It's no holds bar in a sense, right? Like you'd say whatever you want against them.
And I think what's interesting,
you would never say this in front of them. It just never would.
For sure. And I think like what I mean by like changing culture with the whole etiquette thing is like people growing up now with just the internet and the anonymity.
Yeah.
Their method of talking is way different than ours. Like I don't comment any negativity because I was like, well, what? I'm not saying it to their face. You know,
right?
Like on the post and
that's
stuff.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
But like you would see it because it's because we grew up in a completely different time where we remember both the internet and no internet. You know,
right?
Like anything I would say online, I would say to your face.
Okay.
If I wrote it,
like,
on there.
That's great.
Because it's like
I
you know what I mean, like it's because I still feel like that there's no anonymity. Like I feel like somebody could still find you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like people don't think about it. They take it for granted because they see like avatars and stuff.
Right.
You know, even when I play video games, like I don't do the whole like trash talking thing. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I think we're evolving into a different kind of human being, like different culturally. Yeah. Maybe even like physically too, because like the body adapts. So over time, if we stop like going outside and stuff,
yeah,
you know, it's like our body will change. You know.
Oh yeah.
We might not need so much vitamin D anymore, and you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, it could be possible. Yeah, and not necessarily like it's like generational versus.
Yeah.
Like the individual, right? Not the person now, no.
Yeah, no, of course not now. Yeah. But like
in
3 years, 3 generations.
Well, I don't know how long it takes, but yeah. Or if it's like someone,
it's not like that too, though. You know what I mean? Like, because then their parents are going to be super open, and then they're going to tell their kids like, you can be super open too. But like,
it's or it's. Yeah, it will require less vitamin D.
Of course, yeah.
Like that's how it would work out.
Yeah, for sure. But that, evolution.
If the
natural selection.
Yeah.
All right, so that was that little gripe there.
Oh, nice.
But the third topic, I guess, is my second topic is I was listening to it in the car, like a rap song. about like, I think it was like Jay-Z talking about like, I'm undefeated in the dope game.
Okay.
Right? And then I started thinking about, like, if you look at it scientifically, cocaine's just a more intense version of caffeine. That's what they say.
Right.
Like the
Oh, yeah,
receptors in the
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
And like now marijuana is gonna be legal.
Oh.
Right? So it's like, is the allure simply like, you know, they're like, oh, I'm in the dope game, but like 10 years from now, if you're like, yo, I'm in the dope game, they're like, what? Like, you should go to the convenience store. You're just a convenience store guy now.
Right.
It's only because it's illegal. You know what I mean? Like nobody's like, I'm in the liquor game, you know? Or if water was illegal,
right?
You know, would you be like, yo, I'm in the H2O game, homie? You know what I mean? Like, right. we're glorifying these people simply because of an obstacle. But if everything, I guess that's why, like they said in Portugal, I think it was like it's decriminalized everything. So like the drug trafficking went straight, like super down, because there's no like.
Of course, there's no incentive. Like there's no real.
Hardship makes prices go up, right? But if there's less hardship, then prices will go down, right? It's like it's easier to get. Scarcity model, right?
Yeah.
The more scarce a product is, the more expensive it is. Yeah. Right? So that's why like people in the dope game, they make like millions of dollars. But like 10 years from now, if everything's legal, it's like it's not as cool anymore. We'll be listening back at these like Jay-Z albums and being like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, you know,
more like look at just how the past.
It's like archaic. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like when we were listening to that Malcolm X thing, and they're talking about the Negro man, and I was like, "Whoa, how are you gonna say that?" Right now?
Right,
you know what I mean? But it's
nobody
like,
uses that.
No, but that's normal. Yeah, nobody uses that now.
Then,
but it's so normal back then. So like, it'll be funny like in 10 years or something, and then they're like, "Yo, put on that Jay-Z classic," and then you start rapping about the dope game, and it's like, they're like, "This is so odd."
Yeah.
It's like it's like, you know. Like it'd be like commonly used like milk or something. Yeah. It loses your allure. I don't know. It's weird how like times change and like things become different. Like how people got married at like 12 back in the you know what I mean? But like it's weird then. Actually, I heard this on Joe Rogan. It's like it's weird to us now culturally.
Yeah, of course.
But that was only a few generations ago. So genetically we're the same, but culturally we're different. So your genetics can remain stationary, but your psychological makeup changes.
Yeah.
Outcome, the perception of it. It's weird. There's two facets to being human.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
the
way you think and the way you physically are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. So final topic. Actually, it's a great segue. Are you a byproduct of your past experiences?
Yeah.
You think so? Like, you know, like nature versus nurture thing. Is that like how much? I know they say like it's like both. That was like the trick answer. Whenever I was in like a Psych 101, you know, nature versus nurture. Okay. Both. And they're like, oh, he's thinking outside of the box, but it's real, you know. But anyways, but like I was watching Jamie Foxx do this interview, and he was like acting as different characters, and they were like, wow, I like really believed it was you, like you were Mike Tyson, right? And it's like, but if you were put in that circumstance, would you be thinking the exact same as him?
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like okay, I think of it this way.
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So if you're, or you know that experiment where there was like two twins, and then they're like, oh, but they grew up the exact same, but they're totally different. Mm-hmm. But it's not exactly the same, because the way one parent treats you will be different than the way another parent treats you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all the variables will never be exactly the same. But if all the variables were exactly the same, would you be the exact same person? You know what I mean? Because like all you really are is like we're seeing through this world through the window of our eyes and our like conscious reality. Yeah. Right? What we are conscious of. And if everything's like pushing you in a specific direction, like maybe we would act the exact same. Like, are we just the same person living out different lives according to different variables? You know what I mean? Like you're looking at this world through your conscious reality. I'm looking at this world through my conscious reality. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the independent variable. They're both the same for you and I.
Okay.
But the dependent variable is how are you treated? You know?
Okay.
Like the only thing that separates you and I is our experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say like, oh, genetics and stuff, but like we don't really know how genetics predisposes you towards certain behavior, because like even if you have a tendency to be angry, but if somebody was like very loving to you your whole life, then it's like maybe you'll learn coping mechanisms, how to alleviate your anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, are we all just walking around in the same shoes? No, same. Are we all just walking around as the same person, just different shoes?
As the same person?
Like we're all just so, you know, like the yogis say like, oh, we're just all consciousness, and it's like, yeah, okay, I kind of get what you're saying now, because it's like the only thing that's separating you and I are our experiences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what was the question?
It's nature versus nurture.
No, you asked me something specific.
Oh yeah, are we a byproduct of our past experiences?
Yeah, it's like a mix. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, is it a mix? I'm saying, like, maybe it's just all experiences.
Oh, past experiences? Yeah.
It has nothing has nothing to do with your, like, because even
nothing
if
to do with
your, like, predispositions. Because even if you have a predisposition, you can learn coping mechanisms to fix it.
Yeah.
But it depends on how you were brought up.
Yeah.
To learn that method.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
That's why it's like, we can all be pushed towards great good and great evil, depending on the circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but that's also perspective. What's great good and what's great evil.
That's true too. Yeah,
because the ones who are doing great evil, or they're thinking they're doing great.
That's
good.
true. But see, that's their past experience.
Everyone thinks they're in the everyone thinks they're in the great good.
But, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like
for sure. Yeah.
Evil is only again perspective though.
Totally. But that goes back to just how they were brought up, their past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't really not judge.
Yeah, it's hard to.
You know. Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we try to create laws that sort of work, but you don't know.
So it's
not
like,
always.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like culture is this very slippery
We're trying
substance.
but
there's no such thing,
that's because we're making these things up. But we're trying to figure out what works.
It's almost like the general consensus. So it's like the loudest party's voice wins. You know. So if you're not a part of that party that believes in this certain thing, it's like you're an outcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's weird. It's weird being.
Yeah, well, we're also collectivists, right? So it kind of falls into that. It's just how it is.
But and
there's always those outliers.
But all right, right? For sure. But like, so collectivism is like a mindset, right? Mm-hmm. So like, if your whole experience is like, oh, I got to be like, we got to be one, we got to work together. But then what happens if you were growing up the whole time like everyone's out to get you, nobody loves you, I don't even love you, your parents, you know? Then you're going to be completely individualistic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no. Like, you still have a small collective group.
What do you mean?
Like your family is your collective group.
No,
like,
but what if they're like, we friggin' hate you, we have to do this because of the laws?
But I think studies have shown you still need some. Like you could be that, but you're not. You would still be missing something. Someone who is the opposite of that against you.
True. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
True.
That's what I mean by that. Like you would need some companionship. Yeah.
Like a dog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean that's
because we're not in a vacuum. I mean, if you're in this world, you are going to interact with something.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I mean. But that's how I don't know. That's been socialist groups. That's what we were like.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. What's still there? That's like evolution things.
Right. Because if you were completely in a vacuum, you wouldn't have made it this far. Nobody would have fed you.
Yeah.
You would have died.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's still Anyways, but that's just.
I guess like thinking like that gives you an open mind because you're like, oh, I could have been that person too. Yeah. In that.
Yeah. Like but those are good questions. But you can't really study. Like we have rules and stuff we can't do. even in science, right?
Yeah.
Some tests you can't do. Oh, it's inhumane or this, that. So you just can't sometimes know for sure or not.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. That's why I believe philosophy will always supersede science, because science is like the fact checker, but philosophy is always pushing the initiative forward. Yeah. This is a philosophical discussion. Mm-hmm. Science can't test this.
No.
But they can test it in certain ways. That's like they're more like your barometer of like, it's more true than false.
Yeah. You know? It's like, you know, oh, we can't do stem cell research. But there's a lot of great things in stem cell research, right?
True, yeah. I see what
but
you're saying.
That's either the societal, the government saying no. Like, why? But that's stopping progress in some way.
Is it inhumane? So speaking of that, is it inhumane if you like genetically create like stem cells that are not human? Like I'm not.
What do you mean
human,
inhumane?
Because you know, like stem cell research. Like, is it inhumane to just grow like an arm?
No. What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, some people would be like, but that arm might have life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
that's the gray area with the stem cells. It's like, when do we consider it life and when do we consider it just like a resource?
Right, but you know, stopping progress that could save someone that doesn't have an arm or someone that needs an arm. You know, like,
no, I agree with you. Yeah, so but these are the reality situations. Some people might like, you know, like when does a fetus become human?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's like you it's hard because people got their own opinion. You know, especially if you're like you know, if you're indoctrinated in a certain belief system, mm-hmm. you might think that like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to argue morality when you're staring at the world through different perspectives.
Yeah.
Because you might not think that the fetus is consciously aware or alive, but another.
Well, yeah, I mean it's different. Yeah, like America is very much like that, but in China, no.
Exactly, yeah, but it's their past experiences, right? It's like what they believe themselves to be. But then what's really cool is you can just break your past experience, because if you know that you're running narratives in your head, if you just stop the narrative, you can move forward with like real change. You know. But again, that was only my past experience letting me know that I could do that. So it's like you're still a byproduct of your past experiences. You know, I just know better now that I can do that.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So,
very nice.
Till next week. Don't.
I don't know.
I don't know where I was going with that one. I was gonna say something like paradoxical, but nothing came out. All right, final lesson, Vish. Final thought.
Final thoughts. I mean, you know, just be free, I guess. I don't know.
Nice, I like that. I was gonna say, get on that Pokemon Go. Because you'll get your steps in. Me and your brother walked 10 kilometers. Yeah, you guys. Because he wanted to hatch that egg so bad. So I was like, all right, man, let's do it today. Let's get that 10-kilometer walk in.
You're already like ahead of me, and you just started.
No. I'm one level behind.
I checked today. Wait, what level? 23.
23. You're 24. Yeah.
Am I okay?
Yeah. I beat Ray though. He started before me, but
didn't he? I thought he started again. But anyways.
He started again. Yeah. True. But yeah. All right. Till next time.
Cool.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Bye.